just a few quick fire questions that we're going to do now, go whiz them through, just because I've been asked by certain people just to cover them very quickly. Grooming and bathing. The dog doesn't have to be bathed every week. It has natural oils in its coat, and if you can keep the bathing down to a minimum, its coat will look nice and glossy and shiny and healthy, as long as you groom it as well, obviously. Mate, you've got to go through that process as well, get him used to water, the hose and so on, or in the bath, or wherever you're going to do that, but he's got to get used to it, but it doesn't have to be done all the time. Be careful when you cut the dog's nails, just as a side, because they have a quick. If you cut them too near the quick and it bleeds, trust me, you won't be able to cut their nails again. They will be very, very wary, they'll be fidgety, or there'll be a little growl and so on. Obviously they're in pain and they don't like pain. Play biting. All puppies play bite. When they're in the puppy stage, around about 6 to 8 weeks, they learn to bite, but only bite at a certain pressure, not to bite mum and not to bite their litter mates, or if they are biting them, not to bite really hard. They've learned that one already. And so when they come home, they will most probably try and interact with you, the handler, by nibbling and playing hold of your hand and so on. And it's quite painful, especially in the very, very puppy stage, when they've got their teeth are like needles. Again, I've mentioned in one of the parts of the video that keeping nice soft hands, don't get wild, don't shake them, don't get wild with them, because these hands are going to be later on praising the dog, commanding them to go back and out to the side and so on, to sit at a distance and what have you. So you want the dog to come to look at these hands as something special. But with nibbling, if I could just tell you, my dogs, all my dogs, as they got older, when they got older, I used to come in from work or from being out, and the first thing they would do was come up to me and hold my hand and take me around the room. And when they left and took the teeth away from my hand, there was never ever any mark at all. And I never used to stop them doing it. Some people used to say, oh, you shouldn't let them do that. But it was my way of finding out that the dog, if it was going to bite hard, if it respected me, and which it is. That dog really did, or those dogs really did respect me, because, and they loved me by just showing that by holding my hand, it was a sign of a bond between the two of us. So I never did that, and for all my dogs that I've had, and I've trained hundreds as well, I never ever get too wound up about it. A lot of people say, oh no, the dog's biting me, it's biting me. Well, if you don't like them nibbling you and things like that at the very early stages, keep your hands away from them, give them a toy to play with, a soft raggy type soft toy, and it takes their attention away from your hands. Pulling on the lead, that's another thing people ask me about. Why does the dog keep on pulling on the lead? Well, you've allowed it to happen. Obviously on that lead, you take it out for a walk, the dog is coming for a walk with you. You're not going for a walk with it. Okay, it walks at your speed, where you want to go. If you want to go right, it goes right with you. If you go left and so on, don't pick and choose where he wants to go. If he wants to sniff at a lamppost, too bad. He's on the lead, he has to do what you asked. It's another training session. It's to get to here and there. And in the end, the dog, if you do it properly and correctly, and you get your timing right, it's a bit like cooking. Get the timing right and you're halfway there. If you correct it, when he starts to pull, you stop and you make him come back to your side. Every time he pulls, you stop, or you turn the opposite way. He must learn that by pulling, he doesn't get anywhere, and he gets a long way up to the park, up to the forest, wherever he loves, by being by your side and not pulling. When they're younger, you just want them to be by your side, and they might be playing around a little bit, but as long as they're by your side, they're not pulling, because it's different from a young puppy that's about that sort of size compared to when it's about Labrador size, and if not bigger. When they want to pull, they're pulling you. We don't like jumping up. Lovely when they're puppies. They jump up, the puppy will jump up to its mum, and stick its face because it might get some more food regurgitated. But that, you know, when it's jumping up to you, I don't like the dog licking my face. That's a personal thing. Some people love it. They think the dog is in love with them. It's not. It's just doing it just to show that he's happy with its master. So jumping up is a no-no. If some dogs get really annoying with it, because that's what they do, and then they do it at speed. And if you've got elderly parents or people come around your home and that, one of these bigger dogs, if they do that, they'll knock them flying. And if they've come in from the garden, it's a wet day, all mud all over them, they come jumping up all over your nice clothes or your visitors' clothes, and you're not happy chappy with them. So try not to encourage jumping up by not praising them when they jump up. You've got a persistent jumper upper who jumps up all the time, irrespective. I don't suggest doing this a lot of the time, but I tend to just hold the front paws. I don't hurt them, but I just hold them until it becomes uncomfortable for them. And then they start wiggling. And then I put them down when I feel I'm ready to do it. And if the dog is bolshy, or if he keeps on doing it, he stays up there longer and longer and longer until I decide. And I'll tell you what, he won't do it again because he gets fed up with it. Only praise 4 feet on the ground. They get all their praise. So if it's jumping up, nothing. You go quiet. You stand, you don't look at them. You turn right off as if you're uninterested. As soon as his feet is on the ground, you praise them. They soon learn. I'm hanging on to toys, where they get hold of toys or anything they pick up when you're out. And it could be a dead rabbit or something like that, or a little mouse that they've picked up, or something smelling horrible, and you want them back, and you want to take it from them. So basically, that's where the come, the recall, is very, very important, and the dead. Now, dead is literally what it means. Dead. It is dead. Everything is dead. That's the command. If you say drop it, it hasn't got the same ring as it. Dead. It means it's final, it's over. And that's what you want. You want them to come back and give it to you straight away, or drop it on the floor. Dead. It's over. So it doesn't have to be anything dead as such. It's a word. You know, like sit. If you didn't want to use sit, you said sausages, and the dog knew what it had to do with sausages, that would be fine. So it's just a word. And I use dead. Again, it comes back to these commands. It's how you say it. Just drop it. You know, you might think, well, I'll drop it in a minute. But dead. It's over and done with. Okay?